What are you doing?
Cleaning my belt off. I am cleaning this black snow off.
Black snow.
Black snow. Black snow.
What's going on, everybody? Watch out. She's on one today. So things could get a little dicey. As you can see.
You had to bring that up to everybody.
Yes. Yes. Now.
You're gonna see you freaking fighting today.
I don't know if we'll see any fighting. She's a little spicy. Today we're going to do a little bit of a redneck hillbilly fix on the Chevelle. So
that's what we do all the time.
That's all I know how to do, and that's probably part of the problem. We changed an alternator. Well, we went through a bunch of stuff the last couple of weeks. After Rocky Mountain Race Week, sorting some stuff out, making sure things were good. Had what we thought was a potential issue with the alternator, which still was probably a potential issue. That we haven't tested the old one yet to be sure. But what we do know is that the belt is slipping. And even with getting the belt on there nice and tight, there's still been belt slip that, well, it's a high output alternator and we're running a V-belt, and apparently when it gets under load, there's enough load on it that it's causing the belt to slip. And this belt's probably also just worn out. It probably gave up everything it had to get us through Rocky Mountain Race Week. And I'll show you the sides of the belt when we get it out, because the sides of the belt are what actually drive the drive the pulleys on a V-belt setup. But we're gonna go one step further. One, we're gonna make sure that the belt alignment is all nice and straight using a gadget that I got, which is pretty cheap. I'll show you that here in a little bit. And then, as you might be able to see, actually I'll make sure you can see, over here on my wagon, I run a 2 V-belt system for the exact reason to avoid belt slip. Because 2 belts is better than 1. Now, on the wagon, that was really easy to do. It's a short water pump setup on a small block Chevy, and there's lots of different pulley options out there to get that configured and sorted out, and it was no big deal. All you have to do on a short water pump is make sure you got a 2-belt water pump pulley, a 2-belt crank pulley, which I don't have one sitting out here, and a 2-belt alternator pulley. However, on the Chevelle, this is set up with a long water pump, and there's already a 2-belt crank pulley on it, but the groove on the crank pulley in the back spot, you might be able to see it right down there, is actually from here is 1 notch back, not 1 notch forward. So even if I add a 2-belt pulley onto the alternator and the water pump, well, we'll show you what happens with that when we add them, and then I'll show you how we're going to fix it, because what I can say right now is that just throwing 2-belt pulleys on there does not allow me to put 2 belts to the alternator. It's actually lined up for that belt pull groove that's in the back of that crank pulley to go to where the power steering pump would be if this car had power steering. So that's where the hillbilly fix comes in. Let me get this tore up a little bit. We'll get a couple of lights over here so you can see what we're doing in there and what the pulley alignment's going to look like. And then we'll show you how to fix that so that if you are running a long water pump system similar to what this is and you want to drive your alternator with 2 belts, then this might work for you. So here's the belt. I'll hold this light for me for a second. The belt itself, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. You can see how it's a little bit shiny right there, and you can see the braiding in the belt. That's from the side of the belt wearing on the pulley, and that's just from load is all that's from, because when a V-belt is driving a pulley, it does it on the sides, either side. It's not down on the bottom of the pulley where it drives it. So that's why we're doing this. We're going to a 2-belt so we get more grip. You ready? she's going to show you how to change the pulley on the alternator, which she's
Yay.
never done before. So you're going to need that. Yep. And that. Yep. Is it going in reverse?
Yeah, I'm going in reverse.
Do you know how to change it? Are you sure it's in reverse now? That's definitely not reverse.
Then I was going the right way.
I just asked if you were.
Well, you said I was doing wrong.
I didn't say it was
You
wrong.
said it was going the wrong way, so then I switched it. And you said that's the wrong way. You're going in reverse, and I switched it back.
We'll go back and look at the video. I didn't say it was wrong. I just asked if it was in reverse. Is it going in reverse?
My God.
All right. Show us how it's done. This is the easy way to change the pulley. Put it on there. Hold it. Squeeze it like you mean it. There you go. And pulley off.
And this
No, leave
look, that's what was happening to our belt.
Yeah, there's the sides of our belt. So, all right, new pulley on. Yeah,
Make sure it can go on correctly and not. Then switch it.
Yep.
Go the right way.
Give it a couple ugga-duggas. Okay, real ugga-duggas.
Fine.
All right. So there you go. That's the easy way to change your alternator pulley. An impact and some ugga-duggas. Alternator pulley.
If I can do it, then anybody can
Yeah.
do it.
If she can do it, anybody can do it. You heard it from her. All right, we're gonna put the alternator back in on its bracket, and then we'll show you what our current belt alignment situation is. Before I even do that, we'll also swap the water pump pulley, because right now there's a single groove on there. So we'll throw the double groove on straight onto the water pump. We'll show you what that alignment looks like. And then we'll get into the hillbilly redneck fix on how we're gonna get the belt alignment corrected.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Finally got that pulley on there, did ya? You gonna film?
Ooh, you are just asking for it today.
You're the one who's been asking for it.
Ooh.
Okay, so we've got the two groove pulley on the alternator, and it's in its bracket, loosely mounted. We've got the two groove pulley on the water pump, and as you can see, we've got a two groove down here on the crank. Now, using a fancy gizmo from that's typically marketed for household type use, that puts out a nice little laser line. If you're interested in that, I'll put a link down below if you want to check it out. They're pretty cheap on Amazon, it's like 15 bucks. I'm able to, using a little clamp and that little gizmo, shoot a laser down across the pulleys. Now you can see that the groove here on the alternator pulley is in the rear of this, but it's in the front groove of the water pump and the front groove of the crank. That's not going to work. We're not going to be able to run two belts to the alternator with this pulley setup. Now, for a log water pump, I looked and I looked and I looked, and I couldn't find pulleys that actually put another groove to the outside. There was another crank pulley that puts a third groove to the inside, but not to the outside. So I was like, okay, there's got to be another solution to this, another way to go about it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our crank pulley, and using crank pulley spacers, which you can get, and shims for alignment. And we're gonna move the crank pulley out away from the crank so that we can get both grooves aligned with the alternator. And then for the water pump, we're gonna do the same thing, except it's a little bit more hillbilly, because this is actually a fan spacer. And it's typically, mechanical fan spacers go on the outside of the water pump pulley like this, and your mechanical fan mounts to the outside. Instead, we're gonna take this spacer and put it on the inside, like such, and move the pulley out away from the water pump. And there's a couple of different ones. These are just what I could get really quick. The rest of the stuff had longer lead times on it. Oh, and then we got shims to go with the water pump pulley spacer to get it aligned just right. So using our fancy little laser, we're gonna bring those pulleys all out, get them adjusted, probably go on and off a couple of times with them with the various spacers to figure out exactly right where they need to be. And then we'll be able to run 2 belts to our alternator. That's the plan. So let's do some pulley on and off games. We have alignment. I did end up adding little pieces of tape to the pulleys to make it easier to see where the laser was hitting, because it was doing a little reflecting down, especially in this brand new pulley. You can see how it's kind of reflective, tough to read, but if I rotate it around, you can see clear as day the alignment mark on the piece of tape is right over the center of the pulley. Same with down there at the crank pulley and on the alternator pulley. So that was using a combination of spacers. This is one of the crank spacers, which is, as you can see, an indexing spacer, and is got a countersink on the back so that the crank pulley can index. Shims for the water pump pulley, along with that half-inch fan spacer, which does have the back of it countersunk, so it fit over the centering shaft on the output of the water pump, and indexed the water pump pulley back on there, and then also shim for the crank pulley. I'll have to measure it, tell you exactly. I think it's right around 9/16 of an inch is what I ended up moving it all out. Actually, no, it's exactly 9/16 of an inch. I know that's what I put in there because the spacer for the water pump was a ½ inch, and I added one shim, one 1/16 inch shim with that behind the water pump pulley. So the water pump pulley is out 9/16, and I did the same for the crank pulley, brought that out 9/16 of an inch, and now all three line up. Inside belts all line up, which means that the outside belt groove will also line up. As good as it can possibly be anyways. That's within tolerance of the fabrication of the pulleys. Nothing I can do about that. So we're all set there, but there's a catch to this. Now, when you go and you add spacers like this behind to your water pump pulley and or to your crank pulley, one of the things you'll run into is on the water pump pulley, the bolts are not a coarse thread bolt, so you will need a longer bolt for your water pump. I believe these are 1/4 24. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure they're 1/4 24. The spacer that I got for the water pump actually came with new hardware, so that wasn't an issue. But I did I did fail on my braining a little bit and did not order new hardware for the crank pulley because the spacer kit for that did not come with hardware. The crank pulley has 3/8 24 bolts for the pulley, which you got to replace. Those are a little tough to find, but not too bad. A lot of hardware stores do have a 3/8 24 if they've got a decent hardware selection, so you can probably find those. I was able to find some of those today at Tractor Supply. However, the crank bolt itself, which goes in the center of the pulley through the balancer into the crank shaft, which holds your harmonic balancer on, is a 7/16 20 thread, which is 7/16 fine thread. Tractor Supply did not have that bolt. The auto parts stores do not have that bolt, and the only other local hardware store to me today is closed because today's 4th of July. And well, it looks like I don't have a bolt that's going to work for that. Bringing those out, the factory harmonic balancer bolt, this guy, which has a big old fat washer on it, is 2 1/4 inches long. That's the standard length for these, and the auto parts store actually did have harmonic balancer bolts for a small block Chevy. They had a couple of them, all 2 1/4 inches long. That's standard length. Being that we moved the pulley out by 9/16 of an inch, we need a bolt that's longer by approximately 9/16 of an inch, which means I'm really looking for a 3-inch bolt for the crank pulley and harmonic balancer. And right now it's looking like I'm not going to get one of those this weekend. So what we've got left on this is to do the belts. I'm going to throw the used belt we have back on it and make sure that our belt length is the same, because our pulley diameters are slightly different. The water pump pulley is just a little bit smaller than what we had before, as is the alternator pulley. I don't think it's going to be enough that we'll have to actually change belt lengths. As long as that checks out, then we need to pick up a couple of belts, a harmonic balancer bolt, and then this, by all means, should be done and be ready to get tested again. The little laser, it worked out pretty well, as you saw with the marks that are in there. It's still on. You can see it's all doing what it's supposed to. It's mounted in one spot. It's projecting that laser beam on down there to right there, right down there, and right there, all at one time, which is super slick. But this was kind of a pain in the neck to get it lined. You got to sit there and fiddle with it and get your alignment, because it's got to be lined up just right, otherwise the lines are coming off at askew and it won't work. But once you get it aligned right, it worked out pretty well. Do you really need to do it that way? No, you could probably do the old eyeball method. And let's just say if I eyeball this, it looks pretty dang good. So we're going to call it good that way. You can also take a straight edge. A square actually works pretty good if you got a framing square. You can lay that right on to all 3 pulleys usually. Depending on the size of the framing square, there's a couple of different ways you can do it, but it's doable. Anyway, like I said, we'll check the belts. We'll see if we can't get belts on there, see if I can't figure out something to do about a balancer bolt. Maybe dig through all my old hardware. Maybe there's an off chance I have a 7/16 23-inch bolt laying around, or something close to it that will work. And otherwise, that's the fix. Some spacers and some realignment, and the pulleys are squared back up, which will let us run 2 bolts and hopefully have no more belt squeal.
Snippy.
Did you just say what I think you just said?
I said fudge and snippy.
She's giving me lip after I spent all day, because this turned into an all-day affair,
We had to run to the parts store.
getting her car fixed. We have 2 belts on there, and I sorted out the crank bolt situation. By dumb luck, I had 2 bolts. Looks like this was one of them, way too long and a bit old and crusty. I think they might have been motor mount bolts out of something, but they were the right size. So, or thread wise, they were the right thread pitch. So what I ended up doing is I cut the bolt a little bit shorter and ran an extra washer on the outside. Crank pulley and harmonic balancer are properly bolted into the car. you want to start this thing up? We need to get this out of the way because this also needs to go out there. Because I got more work to do after we get done with this. Yeah.
What the heck?
What are you waiting for?
I got something on my shorts.
You didn't even let him see it run?
Wow. Open the hood then. Open the hood and let him see it run.
I've only got one hand.
And why is my seat moved to your seated position?
But I was the last one to drive it. You fire up this junk now?
It ain't no junk.
It's junk.
It's my baby. Mr. Longlegs.
There you can see it. You bet. Go into the alternator. It does need a test drive to make sure everything's good and happy now, but I think we're going to have that problem squashed. What's it charging at? What? Charging at 14?
14.5. 14.6. 14.5. Whoa. Whoa, mister. Whoa. There's a fly in here.
So we're charging at 14.6, so we've got basically belt slip, at least at idle, has been completely eliminated, and the alternator pulley that's on it now is slightly smaller than the one that was on there before, the single belt pulley, so it is turning the alternator at a slightly higher RPM. That's one of the reasons. The other reason we'd be picking up more voltage at idle. We also changed the water pump pulley that changed is slightly smaller, so it actually should be moving more water through the block. That could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. That's a TBD. We'll have to see how the car likes it. If you move the water through the block too fast, then it doesn't have a chance to cool down in the radiator. But if you don't move it through the block fast enough, then it overheats before it gets to the radiator. Whatever the case. That's about where we're gonna leave it for this video, because I gotta move on to working on that pile of junk, which I was supposed to be doing all weekend, this weekend. And she is expecting her sister any time now. So we're gonna go ahead and call it. Go ahead, give us a whack whack. It does sound good. We'll see you guys on the next one.